real estate agents. Welcome to the Weekly Closer. I'm your host, Jeff Underwood, along with my co-host, Joey Sampaga. How are you doing, Joey?
Oh, what's going on? I'm excited about this show for some reason.
Yeah, you know what? This is going to be a little bit different than normal. Normally you have agents on talking about their business and what they're doing to get it and how they're being successful. Today, we're actually going to have a couple of guests explaining something that's new or newer to the market. And that's Eliot Tomaszewski and Kayla Laos with Zoodealio.com. How are you guys doing?
Doing fantastic.
Hey guys, doing good. Excited.
Yeah, so I'm really excited to hear this one because, there's a lot of talk right now. There's a lot of things out there, I guess, disrupting the real estate world in general. Everything from Opendoor to Zillow to OfferPad, all these iBuyer stuff, right, going on. And you guys have a solution that agents can actually participate with or get involved with. So I'm excited to hear it. Why don't we just let you guys get started and explain what Zoodealio is?
Well, we like to think of Zoodealio as a place where every agent is an iBuyer. And what we do is we empower real estate agents with their own personal cash offer website that they can deploy out into the world, deploy to their database. And basically, they can allow sellers to submit on their cash offer website to get unique products to compete with Zillow, to compete with Opendoor, to compete with OfferPad. And so Zoodealio is a seller lead generating platform, but it's so much more than that. It also gives you these cool offerings, and it also gives your seller, the client, a really neat digital display. I mean, we do everything on our phone, right? We order food on our phone, we bank on our phone, we do everything on our phone. But then when it comes to the real estate transaction, it's just this very archaic process. And so what we're doing is we are empowering real estate agents to compete against big tech, against these billion-dollar companies, and we're giving them something that they can deploy out into the world that makes them look like the leader in tech. So it's a really cool offering. And I know my partner, Eliot, gets so excited to talk about our home trade-in program and our instant cash offers. So I'm going to turn it over to you, Eliot.
Yeah, okay, Eliot. Cool. So, share some more about, I want to know more personally. Okay. Maybe I'm being selfish here, but give it to me. Come on.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So one of our, flagship products that the agent is able to bring, like Kayla was saying, to the consumer, really just ultimately to meet them, meet the consumer where they're at, is our trade-in plus. Right now, what makes that so unique is the agent is actually able to bring a full market value offer to that homeowner. At the same time, they then get their client approved for their next house that they're gonna go out and buy. Once they are able to go out, find that offer, that agent actually retains the listing on that house. Once they close on their new house, they relist their old house, and the agent retains that listing. And what's so cool about the trade-in listing is really, or trade-in plus, is really two parts. That next house that they're going to be buying, we turn them into a cash buyer, buying that house in cash, giving them, putting them at the top of the list, putting them in prime negotiation period, close fast, all of those things that come with cash. The second thing is, after that agent lists that property, even though it's a full market value offer, we all know how crazy the market is right now. There, over 30% of all houses are selling above list. So anything above what we paid for that property, those proceeds go back to that homeowner. So it's really cool stuff.
Wow. That's definitely unique.
Yep.
So to put this whole thing together, I mean, it's had to take some time. How long have you guys been working on this thing?
Oh, goodness. We started this journey 2.5 years ago. Yeah. And it started because actually Eliot and another one of our partners, Keith, they kind of cracked the code in working with these iBuyers, and they realized that sellers they were accepting iBuyer offers, which Eliot and I both have extensive backgrounds in real estate. So we've been in sales, we know the psychology of sellers and buyers. But I think one of the things that iBuyers exposed that we were kind of like, when we saw it happen initially, we were really surprised. It exposed that sellers were willing to walk away from a lot of equity just to have a very convenient and simple process. And so what Keith and Eliot were doing in the field is they were going out and they were looking for, individuals that wanted a cash offer on their home. And then they were aggregating all of the different iBuyers so that they could get the best offer. And so we decided, you know what? We need to build a place. We need to build a website. We need to put this online so that a seller can submit their home and they can get offer A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. And they can see them all in a very clear format alongside an agent's comparative market analysis, because as we all know, most of the people will end up going and listing their home on the open market.
Right.
And so that's kind of how it all started when we came together and we said, this needs to be online. This needs to be something that is very easily accessible for sellers so that they can make a really clear decision. And I think that one of the cool things about this product is, not only is it a lead generating software that's empowered by product, but the reality is most of the people who request these instant cash offers on their home, they do end up listing the home on the market. And so the agent has the opportunity to really, like Eliot said, meet the consumer where they're at, right? We know that people want to know what the cash offer is on their home. We kind of have a saying here at Zoodealio, and it's the CMA is dead. If you are a real estate agent and you are prospecting by offering someone a comparative market analysis, that is so 2012. It's done. You cannot, that toothpaste is out of the bottle. And so I think that what we've realized is that people want to know what the instant cash offer is on their home. And what we know here in the Phoenix market, the Arizona Regional MLS, we have data that suggests almost half of the homes that have hit the MLS have received an instant cash offer.
Really?
Yeah.
That's huge.
That's a big number.
Huge number.
The second part, what Kayla touched on there, I think is so important for the audience to know in this is the quality of the lead that comes in from these. So when you have 50% of the people that are raising their hand, right? Roughly the acceptance rate on all institutional buyer offers since they've started is roughly 5%, right? But then there's also, they run the same metrics on some of that, or on that same data. Within 6 months, almost half of those same people end up listing their house on the market with an agent. So when we look at this as just agents, you're talking about the highest quality, best lead source you've ever seen. Like these people are, they are at step one of the decision tree. And so that's where we want to really empower the agent. Like when you look at all this space and all this disruption, as Kayla, had said, just a second ago, by all these large institutional buyers, nobody's been focused on the agent. They're like the forgotten, piece of the whole thing. But the deal still happens so much with the relationship of the people based on the relationship with the agent. And when you can empower real estate agents, with these types of unique value propositions, it's going to allow them to, really grow and expand their business by bringing tools to the consumer, again, that are meeting them where they're at and, giving them some of those instant solutions, different options.
Got it. So for example, so if I had a Zoodealio account, right? So I'd have I guess my own branded website. Is that what I'm hearing? That I can then put out to my database of clients. I can market it on social media, wherever I want to put that. Potential sellers could go to that site and then they would go through, what's the process? Would they submit, I guess, fill out their address, obviously a little bit about the property, and then submit pictures and things like that, or what?
That's exactly how it works. So a seller arrives on the site. They're prompted to enter their address to get started. There is data infusion that takes place. So everything kind of that the MLS and tax records know about the house will auto-populate. And so the seller just has to confirm that, fill out their information. We do have a cell phone verification process as well, which means we're not getting fake leads. We're not getting, the really creative leave me alones,
Yeah.
and so it's really cool. And then once the seller arrives in their back end, they're immediately prompted to upload photos. So they're being told through the user experience in the software, they're being guided through the process. They're being told, hey, if you give us photos, generally we can get you a higher cash offer. And so they're really motivated to submit photos. In fact, one of our subscribers just had a submission come through and there were 20 plus pictures of a house. Like,
Wow.
as a real estate agent, have you ever received a seller lead that, A, had a good phone number because they didn't want to just bypass your registration wall so they could get that CMA value you had, and B, gave you 20 pictures of their house? Like, my guess is no.
A little more committed.
Yeah. So it's really cool. It's really easy for the seller. And that's another thing that we were really excited about was, it seems like a lot of the innovation in the real estate space is focused on the real estate agent, right? Creating a CRM, creating closing tools, creating transaction management, yada, yada. Not a lot focuses on the consumer. And so this product really focuses on the seller, giving that seller who's likely also a buyer. I think the stat is 60% of sellers are also buying at the same time. So it's giving them a really cool digital experience as well.
Yeah, that is cool. So when does the agent, so let's say I did that, potential client fills out or potential seller fills out the form, everything. When does the agent get back involved in? Do they help with trying to find out what upgrades potentially the client has or anything like that?
Yeah. So what great question. Essentially what happens is after that offer, or excuse me, when the offer is made, the agent is actually notified immediately, just like any other lead source. So they're going to want to get into contact with them, start building a relationship, all of those things. Inside of our system, it does disclose to them that, there's a thing called the offer dashboard that we have that's the, seller's digital space in the background. And it lets them know that we're working on that offer, and we produce our offers usually in about 24 business hours or less, and just, in most cases. So once that happens, we then actually, this is built by agents, for agents. And so there's an agent backend and dashboard as well that we underwrite the offer, and then we actually push that offer to the agent's backend. And then the agent receives a notification when that offer is ready to be pushed to their client. So with 2 simple clicks of a button, that offer goes to their prospect / client. And next thing you know, they're able to engage them. And there's, all kinds of cool feedback that we built. There's just, like I said, our platform that we built is really robust and second to none.
Got it. So is it offering, is it making one amount offer then, or is it making additional ones depending on who actually ends up buying, or is it you guys that buy? I mean, how does that work?
No, we actually buy the property. And
okay, cool.
So one of the things that we did that's really unique with this, though, is we wanted to empower the agent all the way around. So the agents that have their private investors, they can insert them into the system, and then they can get that offer from that private investor, display it into the software. It's almost like the progressive, type model where it can, say A, B, C, D, or E, right, all the different options that are out there. But, so if, for example, if the agent wants to go to a Zillow and get an offer from Zillow, they can. If the agent wants to go to the Open Doors, the Offer Pads, the, Easy Street Offers, all the different places, Doug Hopkins, et cetera, right? They can go get offers from all these instant places and furbish them in that side-by-side comparison. So the homeowner can make a very, very informed decision by seeing all the offers broke down very clearly what they're going to walk away with at the close of escrow.
Got it. That sounds pretty cool. It's
super cool what we built.
And so agents can just go to Zoodealio.com, right, to find out more, obviously.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Just one other quick thing I want to mention, because, again, we didn't want to forget about the fact of the importance of the whole listing side of things, right? So we have a product, or I guess a piece of it, what we call click to list. So the homeowner can actually click to list their house, and it notifies the agent. And it's literally an A to Z process that they can, manage the client experience all through their through the Zoodealio interface. Everything from communication, your meetings, data on traffic of that's going on with just like day-to-day workflows, all of those types of things. It's rather robust. The one thing that I love that we built in that, especially when we're in the market like we're in right now, is we all know that a lot of things are hitting the market, they're getting multiple offers. So instead of the agent having to spend 2 hours, 3 hours building these robust spreadsheets so they can go talk to their owner about the 10 offers that they got, it's a 5-minute job where they just take those data point entries, they enter them there, bam, it displays it to them. And there again, they can see the offers in that side-by-side stack comparison where they're looking at the gross offers, the expensive sale, all of those types of things. And again, they're just really able to make an informed decision. I'm super proud of that piece.
Yeah, no, it sounds cool. Sounds really
Yeah.
cool. And you mentioned too that you're helping buyers out as well, though.
Yep.
We sure
Yeah, go ahead,
are.
Kayla.
Yeah.
So we know how competitive the marketplace is right now. And if you're buying a home, you're likely being faced with multiple offers, over list price, and waiving all of these inspections and appraisals. And people are doing it. Buyers are doing it because they're just that motivated to get into a home. And so we have a program that's really helping buyers. It's Become a Cash Buyer program. And essentially what this program is it allows them to get approved. Their agent goes out and finds them a home. Once the agent finds the home and identifies the home, we will come in and we will make a cash offer on that home. And once we get the offer accepted, then the buyer will just, make the offer to us for the home, and then we close and then they close. And so it's a really smooth process. And what we love about this program is they're able to use their agent. So we've been running this program for about a year, and we were really surprised last week when Open Door rolled out their Become a Cash Buyer program. And right, but the caveat is if you use Open Door's Become a Cash Buyer program, you're going to have to use an Open Door agent. So for agents that are listening, it's getting very competitive. It's getting kind of ruthless out there. And so our program keeps you front and center. You're going to be able to retain your listing. If your seller wants to accept a cash offer and it happens to be our offer, you will retain the listing. We will list that home with you. We will pay a 6% commission to you. And then, of course, on the Become a Cash Buyer side, we will turn your buyer into a cash buyer. You will keep the commission. We do charge a fee for that. But what we're finding is our service fees are very palatable. We're being appropriate with our fees, and we're not being greedy. We're really offering this as a product to just fight back against what's happening in our real estate space.
Got it. And I think I saw on the site that it can be an individual agent, right? Can join, or it can be a team, or even a broker can get involved, right?
That is correct.
So do you want to explain, what do you want agents to do? They're listening or watching this right now. What should they go do right now to find out more or get, reach out to you, I guess, or what?
Yeah, there's a couple of options that they have. Number one, like you said before, go to Zoodealio.com. Then from there, they can actually go through and look at the seller's website that they would get that would be branded to them. They can kind of walk through that whole thing, see what they would be able to market, their business billboard, if you will. They can request their free live demo so they can see the seller dashboards. They can see the agent dashboard and just kind of get a full walkthrough of everything. And then the other thing from there that they can do is obviously sign up, to get going. And just, as an FYI, one of the things that we've been doing to kind of really help launch our agent database is we're currently right now offering a 15% discount on, that's for the lifetime of the subscription. Our typical agent account is $179 a month right now. However, to help us launch and get us going faster, we have a 15%, promotion discount going right now when they check out.
Cool. That's 15, not 50 agents. If you heard.
Yeah. No, not 50. 15.
Right. Totally. No, that's awesome. Yeah, I was looking at the site. It's pretty detailed. It outlines pretty much what what an agent would get for sure. It's very easy to navigate. It looks like too. So very impressed.
We definitely focused on the user interface and, you know, that user experience, you know, and it works for the seller as well as the agent. So that's why we really wanted to build something that wasn't just, you know, shoestring. We wanted to focus and give the agent a really good product to go out there and compete against this big tech.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like a great option for agents for sure. Because I know a lot of them, there's always talk, you know, Zillow, Open Door, OfferBack, all those agents, I'm sure, weren't happy when they came into the market thinking, oh, it's not going to last, but they're here and they're here to stay most likely. So it's one of those things where you guys as agents, you know, with that mindset, are bringing a product to other agents now, which I like. So it gives them, like you said, a fighting chance, right? A way to offer something very similar, if not better, than what some of the other big boys are offering right now. So, all right. No, it's cool. Go ahead.
We agree. We are passionate about keeping the real estate agent front and center in the experience because, you know, it matters. And I think that when you go with a lot of these big companies, you're going to get a W-2 agent, which, you know, many of them probably start at 9 and they turn off at 5. And if you're in real estate, you know that it's kind of a 24/7 gig, and you kind of have to be ready when your clients are ready. And so we know how valuable the realtor is in the transaction. And so it's something that, you know, we really put our hearts and souls into this because we see the disruption happening. You know, we see how fast Uber disrupted taxis, right? You know, if you're a taxi driver right now, you're one of a few. And, you know, not to say that level of disruption will happen to realtors, but, you know, who knows, right? I read through Zillow's shareholder report, and it reads much like a manifesto. Rich Barton is, you know, talking about how he is taking over the real estate industry, and says right in his shareholder letter about how basically them hiring in-house agents and opening an in-house brokerage has drastically and dramatically improved the customer experience. So like, if that doesn't show you what these companies think of, you know, us realtors, I don't know what else would. So definitely a product that will not only help agents lead generate, not only, you know, great high quality leads, it does offer some really cool products that they can offer their clients, and, you know, ultimately just to serve their clients and their customers at the highest level.
I like it. I like it. Well, thank you guys so much for sharing. I mean, I had no idea what it was. I looked it up. I told Joey, I said, well, I went ahead and looked up the website, and it's, you know, an iBuyer strategy for real estate agents, essentially. So I was excited to hear more about it. Anything else you want to let the agents know before we move into some of our Q&A?
You got anything, Kayla?
I mean, what Kayla just said was awesome anyway. You know.
Yeah.
Just check us out.
Raw, get them going.
Yeah.
I mean, no, I get passionate about this stuff because I see it. You know, I see it happening. And I think that sometimes in real estate, we get so involved in the day-to-day. We get so involved in the appraisal challenge that we're trying to resolve, and the BINSR that we're trying to negotiate, and the client that we're trying to seal the deal on, that we kind of lose track of that macro, what is going on at that 30,000 foot perspective. And so we are here to say, you know what, we will be your eyes and ears and keep tabs on what is happening in the industry. And we will empower you so that you have, you know, so that you have a fighting chance, so that 5 years from now, you are just as integral to your database as you are right now, if not more. And that's what we're doing. We're really, we're trying to just take our power back and compete.
Yeah. No, I love it. I love it. Agents, go check it out. Zoodealio.com. Zoodealio.com. Go check it out. All right. They're giving a discount right now too. You might as well get started. Get started.
Take advantage. Lifetime of the subscription too. Not just a one-time thing. Lifetime.
Awesome. No, I love it. That's great. Well, thank you guys so much for being here. We want to give a big shout out also to Security Title Agency and Fidelity National Home Warranty is the sponsors of the show. And are you guys ready to jump in the ring with us?
Yes.
Yeah. Do it.
All right, let's do it. So it's going to be a few rapid fire questions. You can both answer if you want. What do you think the reason is that many agents are not successful?
I think agents underestimate the amount of work and the amount of time it takes to build a business in real estate.
10x, baby. That's all I have to say. Grant Cardone 101.
There you go. I was just
getting ready. You got to 10x your efforts.
There you go. I was just getting ready to ask for a book recommendation. I guess that's yours probably, Eliot. Huh?
Reading it for about the 10th time right now.
Yeah. How about Kayla?
I'm going to go with the Motivation Manifesto by Brendan Burchard.
All right. Good. And during all this COVID stuff, we've been kind of asking agents if they had a favorite Netflix, Amazon Prime, or Hulu series that they watched.
Behind Her Eyes was a trip. I cannot tell you. I don't often get, sucked into a plot that changes on me in a way that leaves me thinking about it for a day or two. And that one sure did.
Huh. Okay.
Wow. I haven't heard of that one.
I'm a bit of a YouTube nerd, YouTube you. With that said, I did just finish Yellowstone last night. I got sucked into that and it took me several months, but that was pretty wild series so far. I guess it's still going.
We haven't watched that one yet, but I'd heard that it's really good because
it's good.
There were some other ones that we liked that were similar to that. And so people are saying, you got to check out Yellowstone. So
it's legit.
Has a big name in it too, right? Kevin Costner?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, thank you. What's that?
That was on YouTube?
No, I'm just saying I'm a YouTube you, meaning I spend a lot of my time trying to acquire, new things, especially when you're building, I'm not a born tech nerd. Most of this stuff that all of us have is acquired. So you gotta be willing to put in the work and, journey to 10,000 reps. Right. So.
Yeah.
That's right. Well, that's all I have for you guys today. I'm glad that you stopped by to share this exciting platform that you have rolled out. I'm excited to see how it turns out. We'll have to check back, I guess, in a month or so and see how things are going.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you guys for being on here again.
Thank you so much for having us. We really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
All right, we appreciate it as well.
Thank you, guys.
Until next time, agents. We'll see you later.
Later. Thank you.
All right, that's a wrap. Thank you guys so much.